story from May 3rd that came out at 5 p.m. The next day, maybe we could put another story all in one article. This is significant because I think one of the issues we ran into with the snowstorm we were doing was we were updating it. So information was changing, but sometimes I needed to go back to what that initial information was at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. I need a record of that. So I can go back and tell people maybe how bad it was then, and then keeping that, not changing that information, then having more at 10 a.m., 5 p.m. Hopefully that, I hope that makes sense to you. And highlight boxes, empowerment boxes to provide survival tips. Yeah, that's something like that is very helpful. Giving people resources of where they can go, what they can do. That's so helpful in stories like this. Getting out there, you got to get out there and take pictures. That's one of the things I did. Just go out in your neighborhood. We had all these downed trees that hit power lines, and you can still see some of it around here. Yeah, but those pictures really make a difference too. So challenges of covering tragedy. The chapter goes through a few different really big tragedies in the past decade. Boston Marathon bombing, the Sandy Hook Elementary School tragedy. I remember these two events. They're very significant. Definitely take a listen or read over what it was like covering these stories at the time. What mistakes did the press make? What can you learn from that? Definitely very helpful. Reporting techniques, sidebars, graphics, like I said, very important. I'm always asking my reporters, what is going to be your cover artwork, your featured photo. This talks about other graphics, maps, illustrations, charts that you can put into web pieces. Disaster basics, again, who, what, when, where, why. Goes into even more stuff here. Interviews with grief-stricken people. There are sensitive ways to cover grief. It's difficult, if not impossible, to avoid dealing with such situations if you are going to be a reporter. So here are some concerns students have expressed and some suggestions about how you can cover such stories. What if a person hangs up on me? What questions do I ask? What's the first thing I say? What if I cry? What if they cry? What if I say something insensitive? Why do I have to get interviews with people in times of grief? So all good stuff here. Read some of these answers and responses. When I was in college, I had a professor tell me you can ask anyone anything if you do it politely. And I think there is some truth to that. I don't know if it's 100% true, but there is some truth to that. You have to be sensitive to people. Airplane crashes, follow-up stories, natural disasters, weather stories, and that about does it. That is chapter 21. Okay. So definitely take the time and read those. It's a lot there to digest, but it's all good stuff and it's all just going to help you. So let's go over your discussion. You've got one discussion this week on grief, disasters, and social media worth 60 points. It's in two parts. So part one, I want you to list all your fears and anxieties you have about interviewing people who are grieving, and then talk about how would you overcome those concerns. Part two, what I want you to do is brainstorm a package of stories about a snowstorm in Syracuse. And hey, we've gotten snow in May, okay? We're not too late. You never know what the heck could happen around here. What kind of stories would you do? What places would you go to do some reporting? Develop a plan to cover the snowstorm. Make a list of the agencies and sources you would contact. Write a list of key questions. Develop a sidebar of helpful resources and information with links that you would post on your news station's website. Post your discussion by Sunday, May 8th. All right, and that about does it. Wraps up Unit 12. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, tmagnarelli@gmail.com. I will be, like I said, grading for the next few weeks to get those assignments back to you. And if I missed your midterm or any assignments from units 1 through 6, feel free to let me know. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll probably do one more video next week for your final. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Thanks. Bye.